Hello, everyone. How are you? How are you? How are you? It is that time. It is Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 5:30 p.m. for my Pacific Coast friends. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the TERRAN Lamp Show, episode number 91. I cannot believe it. Episode number 91. We are almost to 100 episodes, if you can believe that. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, this is the TERRAN Lamp Show, episode number 91. Okay, so I'm going to put real quick before I forget my Cash App in the comments. Yes. And so for those who may not know, anything for that goes into the Cash App, anything that goes into the Cash App is not an official 501c3. It's just love, a good old-fashioned kind offering. And what that goes to is to pay for a heart disease or cancer patient's bill. So if you feel so inclined, please give to the Cash App, put survivor in the comments. And again, that goes to help pay off a heart disease or cancer patient's medical bill, because we know those medical bills are super, uber expensive. Hello, Carolina. Hello. Okay, so let me get my guest in here. I cannot wait to see what she has been up to. I'm still figuring out my life. So let's see. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, this is the TERRAN Lamp Show episode.
Hi.
How are you, gorgeous?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
Oh my goodness. Well, I feel like hanging up and going to get some makeup on and coming back. You look so beautiful. Can you hear me?
Thank you. This was like a 10-minute face of, we were watching Ozark earlier. We finished the season finale and my boyfriend looks at me, he goes, are you good to go? I'm like, I can do this as we finish the show, like we're good.
Did you finish season 4? Don't tell me.
I won't tell you anything. But yes, we did finish season 4.
Okay, awesome.
Craziness.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again. This is the TERRAN Lamp Show. If you would like to be on the show, by the way, please make sure you get in contact with me. We are almost about to hit 100 episodes. So I would love to have you on. I know, right? This show is about positivity, it's about love, it's about sharing stories, it's about connecting people, it's about all good stuff. So I would love to have you, everyone that is I'm waiting to, I would love to have them on the show. So, your mom's on.
My mom's on. Hi, Mom.
So Justice, okay, so guys, Justice was one of my OGs, my original guest back in the day when I first started this and had no idea what I'm doing. Well, still kind of don't know what I'm doing, but I had no idea where this was going. And Justice, out of the kindness of her heart, decided to give it a whirl. And she was on one of the prior episodes a long time ago. And I wanted to start, I said I was going to do this for a long time, Justice, and you're kicking it off. You're the first one.
Woo! That's exciting.
You're the first one to do the Where Are They Now portion of my show. And I wanted to use this portion and these kind of next shows. I have a few toggling in between new and old guests to really just come back and say, we've had journeys, right? This was almost 2 years ago when you were on the show.
Yeah. And
you've done so much. And, I've been keeping up with you a little bit, but this is what it's about, right? Like, it's about, we all have a story and we all evolve and we all do different things and try out new things and start new things and end old things and, stuff along the way. So I wanted to bring you and people back because I wanted to see how people have changed. I mean, we've changed so much. We were not, as far along as we were. I mean, as we are, we were not far along then as we are now. Things have changed. Things have started. Things have shut down. The world had just started to shut down when we, right?
Yep.
So So give us a little bit about just like 2 seconds of where you were, but I want to hear more about where you are. So for those,
Where I
your first,
was, I believe that it was about 2 years ago,
Mhm.
probably November-ish, I believe is like where we were. So at the time I was working for a big box gym. I was still doing my own kind of personal training on the side, but it was very, my focus and attention was on working for the big box gym. Um, and I was also auditioning for Sports Illustrated at the time. And when we had talked about, when we had talked the last time, I had also just started like therapy. And I know that we ended up talking a lot about like mental health and how important that was as well.
Mhm.
And so much has happened since then.
I know. So tell us, you guys, this is the TERRAN Lamb Show. We are on Apple Podcasts now. We have evolved. So we're on Apple Podcast. We are on YouTube. Make sure you're liking, following, subscribing, all that good stuff. So tell us what's been up. I mean, I know a little bit, but I probably don't know. I mean, I know what I know from social. So tell us what's been up.
A lot of it. So since the last time I was on the show, I left the big box gym. I now run my own personal training company. I am officially LLC'd, so I have my own business now.
All right.
I've also just recently created an app for my business. So that was really exciting. That was a really fun project to work on. And there's still so much more that needs to like go into it and will keep evolving. And I also now work with a really amazing kids company. It's called Zing Fitness.
Uh-huh.
And it goes hand in hand with everything that I love about myself, honestly, of like, I know that I love children, I know that I love fitness, and this job is also just kind of like the best of both worlds, and I get to mix a bit of everything all in one. So that's that.
Tell us the name of your company because I like it.
Strong by Justice LLC.
And tell us, I mean, I know that you're strong. So tell us a little
Yeah.
bit how you picked that name. Because I was actually thinking about that when I was coming in before the show. And I was like, I mean, I have ideas on how you got it, and I know the woman that you
Yeah.
are strong. But tell us a little bit about how you got that name, how you came up with it.
So honestly, for the longest time, I was trying to think of things that like went with justice, and I know that there's a lot of like you could there I'm sure that there are plenty of puns that you could mix with justice. And I had been sitting for a while just thinking of like, okay, do your body justice was honestly the first name that I came up with, but I'm like, okay, that's too much, that's too many words, that's not a good name for a company. And the more that I thought about it, like, okay, who am I as a person? What kind of coach am I? It just seemed really simple to go with Strong by Justice, because me as a person, like, I've been through a lot, and I am a much stronger person because of the things that I've been through in my life. And then on top of that, the way that I train my clients, I'm constantly preaching. I see a couple of my clients on here actually right now.
All
I'm
right.
constantly preaching about strength, and not just, okay, we're going to build strength in the gym, but strength for life. I've had one of my clients actually tell me, and this is when I knew that, like, yeah, this is going to stick, this is going to work. I had a client tell me, we had been training for over a year, and she goes, Justice, I finally get it. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And she goes, you know how we talked about like strength for life? And I was like, yeah. She goes, it's starting to all click. Like, all of the things that I am doing in the gym, like, I'm outside of my comfort zone more. I'm doing X, Y, and Z more. And it's because I am mentally stronger. And it's something that you have constantly preached to me. And so that is that. It is something that I know that I embody, and I know that I constantly just try to put out to my clients to, like, let's get strong. It's not always going to be about aesthetics. The aesthetics go, but like, let's be strong physically and mentally.
Right. Can you see all the hearts on the side?
I can.
Good. I'm like just making sure you can see them. Yeah, you're getting a lot of hearts on that one. Because I think it's so important, right? And you've done that for not only other people, but for yourself.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think it's good that you're you're giving it back. You're paying it forward to that that's been, you know, paid towards you. So tell us a little bit. We got to talk a little bit about you starting it, because I want to know. I don't want to use the word, but I don't know what else to use. Like the fear of, you know, jumping out of big box gym
Yeah.
into your own thing, and now we're on the other side of that. But give us a little bit about, you know, you know, that must have been a little bit of you know, a
Very
challenge.
scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely a challenge, because at the time was still pretty much at the height of the pandemic, where,
Mm-hmm.
you know, things were very uncertain. And so it was a good pivoting point, I
Okay.
could say. And so it's like, okay, so I'm not going to be working in a big box gym anymore, but like, how can I continue to do what I love and just make a transition? And I'm going to be honest, and anybody who's an entrepreneur knows that it's tough. It is really hard. And I've spent a lot of time like building my website, making sure all of my social media is good, doing my taxes.
Yeah.
So, um, it was scary at first, because it is unknown, and it's like, okay, well, am I going to have to go get another job on top of this? And if I go get another job, is it going to interfere with what I've been trying to do? And so what does that look like? But it's been really fulfilling.
I would like to commend you on the whole. I mean, I know we laughed kind of at doing your taxes, but you know, that is something that's sometimes it's forgotten. Not necessarily the tax part, but the business side, right? We're
Yes.
so and doing the thing that we love, the passion project, if you
But
will.
you forget all the little management things that actually go into running a business.
Yes, that you forget that.
It's not just me. I will say I've had help, thankfully, from my boyfriend, he's very number savvy, and essentially if I don't do it, I'm going to hear about it in a good way. So it's like
Okay.
I'm so glad that I do have someone who is like, "Hey, we need to do X, Y, and Z, make sure that you're on top of these things." And that's been a really big help.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great to have somebody like that as a sidekick, because you know, you forget, and you just want to do what you love.
I just want to train people, and that's
Yeah, you just
it.
do what you love. Tell us about your app.
So the Strong by Justice app, I've got another client on here actually, who might be able to drop in the comments and tell us how she loves the app.
Or she could come on. She could come on the show. Her on if she wants to come on and talk with us.
So the Strong by Justice app, it's through a company called FitBud, and so they go in and allow you to do all the branding yourself. And for me, oh look, the app is amazing. Thank you.
Is it Miss? Am I saying that right?
Mrs. It's Patricia.
Mrs. Patricia Hendricks. Darling.
So it's all custom branded with my logo. I'm still in the process of getting more demo videos that are me teaching everything, but that's the reason why I liked this platform better, because I was using another platform before for my online clients, and there just wasn't that much that I could do that was me, that was personal, that was Strong by Justice branded. And so I was looking for different software to be able to do that. And so the app is really wonderful. So all of my clients have their custom training programs in there. They go in, you press start, it takes you through everything. A lot of the videos are me leading you through an exercise. I will cue you, I will coach you. And then there's also a space in there to track your nutrition, so you don't keep having to use a different app to track your nutrition. And then your water's in there too. I'm really good about checking in with my clients. You can send messages in there. Yes, track your water, drink your water. I'm really good about sending my clients messages just to like check in, make sure everybody's doing all right. Occasionally my clients will get voice notes from me.
Okay. Do they get nastygrams from you?
What'd you say?
Do they get nasty grams like you
No.
didn't? Okay.
Nope. I'll be like, hey, I noticed it's been a couple of days.
Okay.
What is everything okay? That's always the first thing.
Okay.
Like, I want to make sure you're okay first. And then it's like, oh no, I fell off the wagon. It's like, okay, let's get back on track though.
Okay.
So
So no mean grams,
no mean, never.
just a little motivation.
Yes. Then that's the point. Like anybody that knows me, like my mom is a cheerleader, and I think that it's really funny because I think I was a cheerleader for like a semester, but I've never been a cheerleader, but that is very much so my personality, especially as a coach. I am the cheerleader. I'm like, let's go. We got this. I'm here to motivate you 100% of the time. Like you get my full energy. I am the cheerleader.
So then and I know that. So let me ask you, this is a good one. We didn't even, so you guys, normally I send people questions, and for whatever reason, I did not. I don't think I did that to you. You have no idea what I'm about to say. I barely have.
Okay.
I think I know the answer to this, is your biggest cheerleader?
She's on here. It's my mom.
Mom. Yeah. I know she's so proud of you, and she's so happy with all that you've done. What would you tell someone? By the way, Mom, I'm gonna have to get her back on too, because she was after you. Remember, she was on an episode after you. So I didn't forget about her. So, what would you say, like, to someone else who maybe kind of, was in your position 2 years ago and kind of has this vision, right? I know there's something more out there for me. I know I want to do something. What would you say to them about mentally and physically, kind of, as you put it in the beginning, kind of taking that leap outside of, big box anything, right?
Do it. Like that's literally all that it is just do it. But do it, but have a plan, because I'm a person where a lot of times, like, I do just get these big grand ideas, but I don't always have a way, okay, how can I realistically execute these big grand ideas? So do it, but have just some kind of plan, and know that, like, not all of your plans are going to go exactly the way that you thought, and that doesn't mean that you failed. Do it anyway, have a plan.
Did you have anything in your plan surprise you that it did go the way it did?
I think how quickly it surprised me, honestly, some of the clients that I was able to kind of like bring along with me. I was like, oh, I'm very pleasantly surprised, because I wasn't sure that this was actually going to work out in this way.
Yeah. So there was a lot of pleasant surprises along the way. Did you have anything that you thought for sure was going to work out and it maybe didn't?
The first software that I was using was just, I was like, okay, yep, this is going to be great. This is how it's going to be. This is going to be perfect. And the feedback that I got from my clients was kind of like, yeah, we don't love this.
Okay.
So
and then
I had to make an adjustment.
You got to pivot, right? Now, okay, so this is one thing, I don't know if you're going to say this or not, but I'm going to say it anyway. So please forgive me if you weren't going to say it. You are doing some modeling.
A little bit. Yeah. Yes. If I'm being honest, I kind of forgot, but yes, a little bit. And it's so, I was talking to my mom about it earlier today, and like Matthew and I have had the conversation recently too, where it's like, I can't believe I'm adding this to my resume, but it's cool. So I've been doing some parts modeling recently.
That's so exciting. That's so cool.
Yeah, so there's a company, and honestly, if you get a chance to, I think Sarah Morey would be a really great person to have on your show down the road as well. But she is the founder of a natural deodorant company called Curie. But they also do hand sanitizers. They make these really amazing candles as well. A whipped body wash that you could also use as shaving cream, and like a moisturizing oil. And so maybe during the pandemic, the company reached out to me to just send me a deodorant. I'm like, this is cool. They sent me a deodorant and a hand sanitizer. And I'm like, this is cool. All of my friends know that that was my favorite hand sanitizer the entire summer. I'm like, oh, do you need some hand sanitizer? Here you go. Here's some hand sanitizer. Everybody gets some, and they're like, whoa, this is really nice. I'm like, I know, it's great. And so then a year after that, the owner reached out to me over Instagram and was just like, hey, I'm going to be in New York shooting for some new products. We know that you've worked with our marketing team before. Would you like to be a part of this? And I'm like, sure. So that campaign turned into something much bigger for her, and it's so exciting and so incredible for her and her company. But they were actually featured on Shark Tank a couple weeks ago. And so my legs that were part of the campaign that I shot a year ago were on Shark Tank.
That's so great.
It was really great, but it was also like okay, those are my legs and they're on national TV right now, but those are my legs. This is cool, but I don't know how I feel about it, but it's cool.
No, I mean, of course. I mean, girl, you're so beautiful. I mean, it's funny. It's ironic to. I mean, of course, your face is beautiful. So these were your legs, which is
yes.
Not my face. It's my legs. So your legs are great too. But I'm just like, beautiful, you know. So I'm like, it's very fun, and it seems like a fun, thing. And of course, you would end up there, some way, shape, fashion. I'm sure that was surprised too, that you had no idea that your legs
no, not at all. She reached out maybe like a week before Shark Tank aired. She goes, hey, by the way, your legs from the campaign that we shot, we're putting on Shark Tank. That's part of the pitch. And I was just like, cool, all right, sounds great to me.
So with Strong by Justice, with your app, with your modeling, can you tell us anything that might be next?
What's next? Honestly, just pushing out more content for my app. Like, I want to continue to just grow my business. I don't know if we touched on it, but like, I do have one big dream, one big vision, and it is to give back to the community that like I came from. And so like we talked about this the last time. I started out playing volleyball, and I had a scholarship to play volleyball. And had I not played club sports, I think that would have changed if that opportunity for me to play in college happened or not. And so my goal down the road is to be able to have a scholarship of some sort to be able to provide that kind of monetary value for people who necessarily can't afford it, and more so minorities. And to be honest, like, you don't see enough minority volleyball players. You're starting to a little bit more now, but I was the only one of me on my club teams, and I would like to see more of that. And I know that part of that is just finances, so I'd like to be able to give back to that cause at some point. So that's big lofty goal. That's way next.
It's not gonna be next week, girl. You'll be there. I haven't even had a chance. I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to read some of the comments. Carolina, hey dear. Hello, Carolina. Of course, your mom. Hello. And she's saying hi to Matt. So hi, Matt. She's saying yay. Someone says, I don't want to make, I don't know the names. It says Ruther_brother.
Brother. That is Matthew. That is the main man there.
Oh, okay. Big energy in this session tonight. Big energy. That's right. Strong by Justice. Love you, TERRAN. I love you too. The app is amazing. Let's go. Tyra's everybody's cheerleader. I got that right.
She is 100%.
Yes, Matthew says, Mom. She says she's gonna cry. Don't cry. You're killing it, Justice, and I am here for it all. Such a beautiful soul. And again, Matt. Hi, everybody. Hi, Matt.
Hey.
Hey, Matt. So you guys, this is the TERRAN Lamb Show. We're almost done here. This is episode number 91. We brought back Justice to give her a quick update on what she's got going on. And so much has changed in the past 2 years. My Cash App is in the comments. And if you're wondering why, that is because I take what is given in the Cash App, put Survivor in the comments. It is not an official 501c3. It is a good old-fashioned, kind offering, love from your heart. And that money, whatever is raised from there, I let it kind of pile up for a minute, and then I take it into my own cancer appointment and ask the lady behind the front desk who is in need and swipe, and we pay off a bill or a portion of a bill for a cancer patient directly to whoever. Again, there's no red tape because there's no official 501c3. I know it's trust tree, but that's what we're going with, and that's what we've been doing. So far we've paid off 2 bills for 2 different cancer patients in need. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, I started doing that because I realized how much bills are, medical. Yeah. And so I couldn't think of a way to do it any better. Like I said, I didn't want all the hoopla of in between. I just wanted to go. I wanted to ask, since I go there so often, they know me. I wanted to ask who's in need. I wanted to swipe, and I wanted to pay a portion of a bill. In full transparency, I don't take names of the patients because that is a compliance I don't even know. I call it compliance, but I don't want to know any names. I just want to know someone's helped and that their bill is either taken care of and paid off, or a big portion of that bill is taken care of and paid off. So that is what that Cash App is there for. Please put Survivor in the comments when you give. So Justice, I have one final question for you. And so you've probably seen this since we follow each other on social. And guys, make sure you following, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. I've been rescuing these cats in my backyard.
Yeah.
So I don't know how Matt would feel about that, but I know how Matt feels about that, and it's not as exciting as I had planned. But he doesn't feel as excited about it as I do. They say, curiosity in the cats. Curiosity gets those cats. So the final question is, what are you curious about? I know.
This is a thinker here.
This thinker. I get everybody with this question.
Because there's so much that you could be curious about. Me personally, I'm curious to know who else's lives I'm going to impact at some point one day. I'm curious to know whose path I will cross where it is just really meaningful.
You are going to, and you already are. I mean, you got people coming on here already that you've impacted their lives. I mean, you're just a beautiful person inside and out. I mean, your legs and all, just
legs and all.
All that.
My most recent is a hand.
I'm cracking up at your face. I'm cracking up at everything. It's everything but your face.
Everything but my face. It is what it is. I manifested being a model, but I guess I wasn't specific enough.
That's the thing. What are those goals that got to be specific or medical, whatever, all that other stuff. So you got all the things, but not. Okay. So my thing just came out and told me my battery's doing something crazy. No. And my screen's cracked. I have a busted iPhone, but we're going to work on that.
We're going to work on that.
Yeah. We got 1 minute left. Anything anyone would like to say? I just want to make sure that you guys know, again, to do all the following, subscribing. If you'd like to donate to the Cash App, please put Survival in the comments. Your mom says you're on your way. Mom, I'm going to be contacting you as well. Justice, I totally appreciate you coming back on, still supporting, still giving back, and still, of course, being yourself and making your goals and mission happen. And we look forward to seeing your face.
I just want to say very quickly, going back to you, immediately when you were talking about swiping for the other patients, I thought of the movie Pay It Forward. I've seen that movie a bazillion different times because a woodshop teacher that I had, for whatever reason, we watched it in woodshop. We watched it all the time, and I think that that is such a beautiful thing that you're doing. So, like, everybody, round of applause for you because you deserve that. I think that that is such a beautiful thing that you're doing.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate
You're welcome.
that I can, like you say, it's about making a difference for people. And we've been blessed with different things and opportunities. And I hope that alleviate a burden, for someone along the way. And, that's it. That's all. So I will see you guys here next week. Again, same channel, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5:30 p.m. for my Pacific Coast friends, and 8:30 p.m. for my East Coast friends. Justice, thank you so much for, again,
Thank you.
Spirit. And again, we can't wait to see your face.
Yes.
And more, and tell us more. Tell us, again, your company one more time. Leave us out with your company and your app.
Strong by Justice LLC, and you can download the Strong by Justice app in Apple and the Google Play Store.
Be good to yourself and each other. This is the TERRAN Lamb Show, and we're out.